Hello TAEKOOKers, welcome back to my fictional world. Don't forget to subscribe. Jungkook's point of view. Mr. Hang offered me once in a lifetime opportunity on a platter of gold, but I can't love someone like again I loved them. An idea struck in Jungkook's mind, but now he have to act fast on it before it was too late. He told Mr. Mark to take him to the best jewelry store in the town as soon as possible. Jungkook bought a ring, then he called Taehyung and asked him to meet at the bridge. Then he also left for there with Mr. Mark. When Jungkook reached the place where Taekook decided to meet, he opened the car door and rushed to find Taehyung, who was already waiting for him. For a few minutes everything was silent. Nor Taehyung nor Jungkook spoke anything. They were just walking through the bridge. When they reached at the middle of the bridge, Jungkook turned around and dropped down on his knee with a ring in his hand and said, Taehyung, will you marry me? Taehyung's eyes widened at the sudden action and he can't think of anything. OMG Cookie, are you sure? Taehyung asked surprised. Jungkook, don't ask anything more cause I'm very serious. Please answer me. Will you marry me, Taehyung? Taehyung, you already know Cookie. It is a yes for me. From the first day, he answered, smiling brightly. Jungkook's happiness has no boundary. He got up and slided the ring on Taehyung's finger. Jungkook leaned to kiss Taehyung when suddenly the phone rang. And Jungkook woke up realizing he slept on the car, being tired from the hectic day. He looked at his phone and the caller ID made him surprised as he quickly picked up the call. A tightening sensation gripped Jungkook's throat like a lump was in it. When the person on the call told him that Jungkook's mother has serious health conditions and asked him to come to Seoul as soon as possible. It was a distress call from Seoul informing Jungkook that his mom is terribly sick. Also the CEO Mr. Kim sent a message for Jungkook as well that he had to report him immediately too. Jungkook's heart shattered as he thought to drop the plan of proposing Taehyung from now. He again called Taehyung and asked him to wait him at the hotel where they were staying. Jungkook came back and told everything to Taehyung regarding his mom's condition and also told him that he has to go back to Seoul. Jungkook's point of view. I could see him struggling, letting the tears dry in his eyes, trying not to cry in front of me, the same way I was doing. After all, we have been friends together. Now I had to go alone. I wish I could stay and complete the 4-month seminar with my colleagues. I wish I could stay a little longer with Taehyung. I wish I could turn back time to when we spent the time together. Taehyung, will you come back to France before the seminar ends? Jungkook, I don't know. I really don't know if I will come back or not. He gave an old reply as he expected. After a few minutes, the driver arrived and it was the time to say goodbye. Jungkook's emotions were choking him, but somehow he managed to say, I will text you when I will get back to Seoul. Taehyung nodded in reply with tears in his eyes and a fake smile on his lips, just to show he was okay with it. Taehyung didn't even let a single drop of tear fall from his eyes before he left, but Jungkook knew that he will cry badly when he gets back to his room. Jungkook left with the hope that he will come back to France before the end of seminar. Jungkook got back to Seoul around 11 am and there was already a driver at the airport to pick him up. But the first thing he did was to text Taehyung, instantly telling him about he safely arrived in Seoul. Jungkook's point of view. I hurriedly went to visit my mom at the hospital, where she was admitted before reporting to the CEO at my workplace. I opened the door of the ward carefully, not wanting to wake my mom up. I went to the chair next to her bed and sat there quietly. I looked at my mom as my heart ached at the sight of her, and the tears threatened to fall off, but I brushed them off. I don't want to be seen crying so as not to make my mom feel bad. I must be there for her as a pillar of support like she had always been for me. I tried to touch her but ended up waking her up. Jungkook, sorry mom, I don't intended to disturb you, he said apologetically as his mom smiled faintly. How are you feeling now? Jungkook added. Jungkook's mom, I'm fine, but I really miss you, my son. You are all I have got. she said emotionally as Jungkook huffed his one. I shouldn't have woke her up because I don't like seeing her sad. Jungkook thought to himself. Jungkook, everything will be fine, Mom. I will do everything to make you feel better, I promise. Jungkook said as his mom pulled away from the hug and touched Jungkook's cheeks in tender way. Jungkook, she called as Jungkook made to leave for the doctor's office. Please don't fight with anybody. Do things the proper way, his mom reminded him and kissed his hand. Yes, Mom, I won't fight with anyone, okay? Jungkook promised. Back to Jungkook's point of view. I went to the doctor's office only to find about my mom's sickness, but was surprised to know that the doctor was taking care of my mom was my best friend during university days. Nancy, I shouted as I set my eyes on her. Cookie, Nancy said, adjusting her glasses. She ran towards me and gave a tight hug regardless of the medical rule she had to follow. Longest time, baby. What are you doing here? Nancy asked, looking quite confused. Jungkook, actually I come to pick up on my mom. She was admitted here and I just came back from France last night. He answered, looking depressed. Nancy, come on, Cookie, you are a big man now. You don't need that. Big boys don't cry, she said and winked as she patted Jungkook's back. Author's point of view. Jungkook and Nancy were separated by distance. Both of their life completely changed after university. In university, they used to be best friends. They used to hold hands, walk off the skyway and walk ways together, making others to doubt their friendship. Though they were not perfect for each other, of course nothing was common in between them. If Nancy likes white, then Jungkook loved black. Nancy was born with a silver spoon in her mouth while Jungkook was living in financial crisis with single mother. Nancy was the most beautiful and sophisticated girl in the university, and Jungkook couldn't even dress up well. She was not Jungkook's type, neither Jungkook was her type, yet they still spent every moment together. They shared every thought, memories, problems, jokes, pain, and thousands of smile and happiness in their hearts. They fight like badass too, but never left each other even for a minute. Yes, there was something common in between them, a common desire, which is to be successful in life. But now it's been years since they part ways after graduation. After visiting his mom at the hospital, Jungkook directly went to his office because his secretary has called him earlier that Mr. Kim, the CEO, wanted to see him at the office. Jungkook was so happy thinking that his promotion letter was ready. When Jungkook reached at Mr. Kim's office, he was already seated and there was a look on his face that made Jungkook more curious. Jungkook was alone in CEO in his office. Mr. Kim got up from his seat and walked towards Jungkook, standing right in front of him. And before anyone can speak anything, Jungkook received a tight slap on his cheek. Jungkook was shocked from the sudden slap. He clenched his jaw in anger and held his cheek. Mr. Kim, look at me, young man. Jungkook looked at Mr. Kim, holding his cheek. Mr. Kim, I don't want you to have anything to do with my son anymore. He already have a fiancée with whom he is getting married to. Saying this, Mr. Kim slapped Jungkook again. If by chance I see you two together, I'm gonna kill you. I will do anything to get rid of you. Mr. Kim continued as he came back and settled back on his seat. Jungkook didn't say a word, he just nodded. Now I want you to go back to France and finish the seminar you went for. I will think what to do with you when you will come back. Mr. Kim yelled furiously at Jungkook.